However, studies have shown that individuals with strong critical thinking skills, experience, and access to relevant information are more likely to make effective decisions.
Pivot in your confidence, career, and compensation with the 5-Minute Career Hack Podcast every Monday and Thursday. Now, get ready as we pour out your 5-Minute Career Hack for the week.
All right, so we are checking back in, hackers. Okay, we're gonna get started with the definition, right? You did your practice, but decision, it is a conclusion or resolution reached after consideration. I'll make that decision on my own, okay? So the action or process of deciding something or resolving a question is the information was used on the basis for a decision, okay? So now let's define choice. It is a noun, right? An act of selecting or making a decision when faced with two or more possibilities. The choice between, which we talked about last week, this or that. Decision leadership is a concept that refers to the ability and skills required to make effective decisions. Okay, now we're going to talk about as a leader. It involves having the capability to analyze complex situations, gather relevant information, consider various perspectives, and ultimately make informed and decisive choices that align with your organization's goals and values. Okay, decision leaders are not only responsible for making decisions for themselves, but also for facilitating the decision-making process within their teams or organizations. They foster an environment that encourages open communication, collaboration, and critical thinking to arrive at the best possible solutions. Okay, so decision leadership plays a crucial role in driving success in organizations and achieving desired outcomes, actually both our professional and personal lives. Okay, so there are several tools that can help someone become an effective decision maker. So if this is what you want to do or you want to get better, let me give you a few tips. Number one, how do you use decision trees? A decision tree is a graphical model that helps you visualize different possible outcomes, right? And the probability associated with each. They can particularly be useful when faced with complex decisions that have multiple options and potential consequences. The other tool that I'll offer, number two, is SWOT analysis, right? Not always the best friend of people in business, but SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This analysis helps evaluate the internal and external factors influencing a decision. Identifying strengths and weaknesses helps assess the internal environment, while opportunities and threats provide insight into the external environment. The third option is cost-benefit analysis. This systematic approach helps determine the potential costs and benefits of a situation. It involves assigning monetary value to the pros and cons and enabling a more objective evaluation of the potential impact. Fourth option is decision matrix. A decision matrix is a grid that allows systematic comparison of various options against a set criteria. Okay, so by assigning the weights to the criteria, decision makers can evaluate the options more objectively, right? And then number five, which I've done a podcast on this before, and it's the 80-20 rule. Okay, this helps identify the most critical factors contributing to a problem or decision. It suggests that a small number of causes, around 20%, are possible for the majority, around 80% of the effects, enabling decision makers to focus on key factors, right? And then number six thinking hats. Now this one was new for me as I was preparing for this, but it's developed by Edward Bono. Now this tool encourages decision makers to think from various perspectives. So think you're putting on a different hat, okay? So you have different color hats, and this approach helps you explore different viewpoints, identify potential risks, and encourage diverse thinking, all right? So remember, these tools are meant to support decision-making processes, but the ultimate effectiveness of decision-making depends on gathering relevant information, considering potential risks, and aligning decisions with personal or organizational goals, okay? It is difficult to determine an exact percentage of people who make effective decisions, in the workplace or who are responsible for that. However, studies have shown that individuals with strong critical thinking skills, experience, and access to relevant information are more likely to make effective decisions. So it's important for individuals to continually develop their decision-making skills. Remember, we talked about those weights, right? You can do this through training, learning from your experiences, and seeking feedback.
I truly hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed doing it for you. However, it doesn't have to end there. Come on over to our Facebook group community right now for free. You're going to get exclusive content that we weren't able to include in this episode as well as past episodes. We've got challenges, we've got research, we've got lives, you name it, all for you in bite-sized chunks so that you can continue this development journey. Go ahead, click the link right now in the description show notes, and we'll see you there.